Good morning ladies and gentlemen. Officer, I'm so happy we could get you here on such a short notice. It is really pleasing to know that someone cares.
I am here because it is my duty to be here, that's all, I'm just doing my job. I was really wondering what this is all about, so I came with an open mind that you won't be long, for I have so much to do.
Wow, that was so blunt, and I wonder why you are in such a hurry. We want to talk to you one-on-one about the crime rate and the other social ills that I figured fits your expertise, and that's why you are here this morning, sir.
I have no problem with your request. So that's why I responded and took it onto myself and came. I could have sent one of mine highly trained officers to do this interview, but I just came to represent and get this discussion out of the way, if you don't mind.
You sound so skeptical in your vocal response. I wonder what you are thinking, for I know you are not new to this sort of conversation. It is high time that we the people come together, with you that are in control, and get some precise answers from you, and hold you accountable for your wrongdoing.
Well, if that's the case, we are in for a long morning. I can't give an account for all the ills of my colleagues, and there is good and bad in every one of us, and in all walks of life, we must have our open mind, wouldn't you think?
Very well said, officer, but how open is our open mind, and where the boundaries lies, can you tell me this, chief?
That, my friend, I can't truly come up with an answer, but I can reassure you that different situations calls for different measures, my brother.
What are you truly saying? You don't have an answer for your actions, and if that is the case, it is safe to say you are acting out of emotions and not facts, and that contributes in making the lines of justice become blurred.
Truly, you don't think we have all the answers? And even if we did, who really cares about the truth? All society wants is results, wouldn't you think?
That is partially true, but what about your thoughts? Does it sit well with you after you and your men do something that is contrary to the law that you have sworn to uphold?
I will refrain from answering such a question. What are you trying to do, entrap me? You will do no such thing.
Certainly not. I am trying to get the truth out of you. That I may sleep well at nights, know that someone is doing their job, and shall be held accountable if they fail to do so.
My brother, it seems to me you are having problems with the law and how we carry out our duties as officers that has sworn to protect and serve.
No, not necessarily. I have been observing you over the years. But safely I can say nothing has really changed, and that is why am I not surprised, or amused by your inability to take care of what is given to you, and much less the nation's affairs.
I must inform you that that is a very wide scope, and we do what we have to do to keep it in check, based on my knowledge and the instructions given to me by those who are above me. I don't make the rules, I just instill them, and see to it that the public follow suit, and all shall be well.
But what about the ones who don't know the law? What are the provisions that are made for them? For I know you guys states that justice is blind. How so, and if it is, can we safely say that most of these cases are mistrial?
No, you can't. And even if you did, what good would that do for you? You must know by now that cases are judged by the evidence that is brought forward, and are checked to see that there is no reasonable doubt.
I want to say right now, that not you nor anyone for that matter has the answers to the problems society faces.
So if you put it that way, it means that you are quite aware that the system has its flaw, and we all got a part to play for our safety, and it starts with a willingness to comply to the law and its terms and conditions, and all will go well with you.
Yes, that is a part of it. I don't think you get what I'm saying. Many have kept their end of the bargain, but nevertheless it doesn't work out in their favor. And that is why I am convinced that not you nor anyone can fix these problems, only the Lord can, wouldn't you say?
Come on now, you are looking at things from a different perspective, but it has some truth to it, and oftentimes, to be honest with you, I sort of stray in that way of thinking.
At least there is some honesty in you. Surprisingly, but it is going to take more than thinking. It's going to take a mind-made-up situation to get this approach across to others.
That is so true, but don't you think we are doing just fine on our own? We have managed to come up with so much tech prison and methods to deal with crime, so I can hardly see what your problem is for the matter.
I can safely say, if you don't see that there is a major problem, you might be a part of the problem.
I hear you quite clear, but I can assure that you are not making any sense at all. Your words are all inappropriate at this junction. Go ahead, speak your mind.
I have already spoken my mind concerning the matter at hand, and can see by your response that you have not the slightest clue to what is really happening in the nation. Street is bigger than your plans, and without divine intervention nothing changed, my brother.
I know you would have said that, but to tell you the truth, you have a point, but I am not in that position to agree or disagree, for that matter, because whatever I say, you are going to come with something to justify your point. Whatever information and instructions is given to us by command, we follow. Most of the time situations differ, and it calls for drastic measures to be applied to resolve the situation at any means necessary.
That doesn't sound like a part of the policy that govern your organization, brother. What about the Constitution that governs the law of the land, and why are you so set on making your point come out so loudly without proper consideration of the consequences of your actions? Has it not come home to you, yet you can't fight fire with fire, cause someone will get burned?
Very well then, slow down a little my friend, this is where the problem comes in and many have not stopped to notice, that if the public is unaware of their rights, why not use their ignorance against them, over and over again, until they are fed up or frustrated and seek to do otherwise than what is expected of them.
I have never thought of it in that matter, but you have just made an excellent point that must not be overlooked and should be taken in deep consideration, because oftentimes I thought it was the duty of the ones who has deemed themselves educated to look out for the less fortunate, especially those that are deemed to be the weaker ones of society.
What are you trying to do? Trying to get persons to stand against us in our operations, for I sure hope you will see where this conversation is going, and I surely hope you can hold your grounds, and not incite riot or any havoc for that matter. Boy, it is sure hard to get things done right these days, and especially in the sight of the ones who claim to be different and having an insight.
I didn't claim to be different. We are here discussing facts and the harsh reality that have to be dealt with, and someone got to do it. For the more we remain silent, the more the problem worsens, and we got to take a stand, in the right manner, and dialogue is key, and the foundation that truth is built upon, and you my friend need to pay attention to what we are cultivating, before it is too late.
What is it that we are cultivating, can I ask, for there seems to be something that I have truly missed out on. Society is what it is, and we the ones that are in charge, must come to realize that the hope that we are looking for has passed us by, a long time ago. It is time to do or die, and that is the real facts, and there is nothing else to it. Have you ever spent one night in these streets and neighborhood? You would have had a different perspective on what you are saying, my friend. These streets are geared to break you, and drain your energy, so be careful now, before you hurt yourself.
Should I be scared at this junction of our conversation? I hope that is not what you are implying, sir. We all have rights, and it seems to me, and the masses, that they are being trampled on, by the ones who have sworn an oath to uphold truth, but failed to do so. Can you truly tell me where the truth is gone? Or am I just missing the point totally because of lack of knowledge or information? Can you shed some light on this, if you don't mind? For the last time I checked, you stated that crime was on a decline, and I can't help but to wonder if that's so, because I'm still seeing evidence that are disturbing and a call for concern. Come on now. Officer, speak the truth, because you know what is said about lying lips.
What are you saying indirectly? That I am lying? How did you come up with this? We do what we are called to do, and if there is a problem we improvised and used measures that oftentimes seems questionable to the naked eyes, or bystanders that are looking on, but the truth is that whatever we do we are going to be held questionable. Crime and criminals always exist, so can you truly come up with a brilliant solution? I would love to hear it.
The only suggestion that I can offer to you and your organization, and the ones that governs, is transparency, and equal rights to both the rich and the poor, the small and the great. We as a society and nation must go back to the place of brotherly love, and accountability to each other, and to seek the Lord's face, in the midst of our every affairs. As the word states, show me a prosperous nation, I will show a leader that hears from the Lord, and leads the people. It's high time we come to realize that where we have failed, it is the Lord that has the final say in all our affairs, wouldn't you say?
You are straying from the point that I'm bringing across to your mind. You want me to say it louder for you to hear. I am tired of hearing about this brotherly love. How far has that got us? Can one truly say, are we reaping the fruit of our labor, or is there something that we have truly left out? And so, is it that's why we are having all this social injustice and havoc?
If you are really asking me that question, it is safe to say you don't have the slightest idea, or a clue, much less a solution to go on, and it is clear that the word of the Lord is true in all aspects, as it states that the blind can't lead the blind, for both will fall in a ditch. And hear this question coming from your lips, it is really troubling, for you are a leader that is charged with the responsibility to guard over others' lives, and their day-to-day affairs. Shame on you now.
I see you are in the mode of a lecture. And am not in that mood right now. I can tell you clearly I'm here for an interview that may have some solutions or advice that we can act up on. That is why I'm here in the first place, and to shed some light and bring about clarity.
I truly appreciate your time and honesty about the matter at hand, and hope that we truly can come up with a solution, for we should be our brother's keeper, and some of us fail to understand that we need each other in order to exist. Let's keep on praying for each other, and come in that place of understanding of what is ahead of us, for it is also stated in the Bible, for the lack of knowledge, my people perish. So it is truly important to gain knowledge of all that concerns us, and our affairs and the affairs of others, that someone can be held accountable.
Well said, my brother, but can we really think that this is a solution that will work?
Well, it is up to us to educate others that they will fall in line, and the more the people are educated, some will change and some will remain, for there is good and bad in each and every one of us, and it is the Lord that will determine the outcome. All we have to do is plant the seed, water it, and watch them grow. Crime can't be eradicated, but it can be controlled by the means of persons coming to the desire and determination to change their way of thinking, and you and I can't do that for them. They have to realize they need a change of heart, mind and direction, and move towards this. Rest assured all will fall into place.
I really appreciate your efforts and time and your perspective. Even though some of it seems a bit off, you have managed to shed some light on the matter at hand.
No problem, I am so happy. We could have discussed this matter without a fight, but remember now it is only the Lord that governs the affairs of men, and most of what we are seeing and experiencing is prophecy, being fulfilled. Thank you for your time and patience, until when next we meet again.
Please like, share and subscribe, and enable the notification bell for more content when it is available. Thank you and be blessed.